What's going on, YouTube? Culturedog Sam Hatch back here with a much delayed LaserDisc update. I've been showing some of these things as the weeks progress on the LaserDisc Wolfpack podcast, but I still want to continue to do my regular LaserDisc updates in this fashion as well. And so yeah, I've got a little bit of a backlog here. So we're going to tear through this in about 2 to 3 videos or something. I'll try and keep each one relatively short. Hopefully everyone's doing well out there and staying safe during the holidays and everything like that. So I'm sure I'll be seeing more of you. I'll have some downtime and things like that. I got a couple more LaserDisc related videos on tap coming up soon. Some spotlight videos, which I haven't done any of those in a little while. So should be cool. Always love talking about LaserDiscs. So some pickups. Some of this stuff is just random lots and things like that, but then some are things I cherry picked off of eBay. This was just a batch of stuff I got from my buddy Bill, who we've been going back and forth, trading some stuff, and he had a bunch of discs, and I wanted a decent amount out of the lot, and he's like, well, why don't you just take the whole thing and get it out of my house, and then we'll trade for some hardware, some parts and things like that he needed. So one of those was The Last Starfighter, and of course I need the Signature Collection letterbox. This is shameful pan and scan, but it's still The Last Starfighter, and I know it hasn't quote-unquote aged well, but I still have a complete soft spot for it, and the Kodan Armada are going down, man. I'm going to do a Death Blossom and show them who's who. So, yeah, had to have a copy of that anyways. And likewise, another pan and scan atrocity, but it's still just a nice jacket of Dragon Slayer. Caught this and caught Last Starfighter like 3 times in the theater. This one I think I only saw twice in the theater. And, yeah, again, I'd still love to get the letterboxed reissue, but still nice enough to have this. And random Eagle's Eye Simulation BGV video, America by Air, Volume 1, West. So it's not about Kanye West. I'm guessing it's the American West. Some, pre-drone footage, drone laser discs. What do we got over here? So it looks like some South American stuff too. It's funny, some of the photos on the back look super digitized and low res. So I haven't actually watched this yet. It's stereo, it's color, it's about 47 minutes, CLV, a crap ton of chapters. Looks like there's 71 chapters all the way down this list here on the backside. So, holy cow. 1991 from TM Factory. No idea what that is, so look forward to checking that out. I got this guy and watched it as well. Again, there aren't really any nice letterbox editions of The Dead Zone. Fantastic Cronenberg film, one of the best Stephen King adaptations. Of course, this is indicative of how I saw it for the first time obviously on VHS, and then I saw it a ton of times on cable. It's a little beat up, but it's good to have a copy of it. And it's I think there's a Blu-ray with here in the States with like a King 4-pack or something like that. So there should be like a nice Arrow or Scream Factory edition, but as far as I know, there has not been one announced yet. Also, just a beater extended play old school copy of Raiders of the Lost Ark, which does have a little teaser here. Look forward to seeing Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in theaters on May 25th, 1984, which goes to show you how damn old this LaserDisc release is. So, of course, I have multiple copies of the letterbox ones, as it should be seen. The American ones are untouchable. Like that trilogy, just get those. I mean, the Japanese box set's pretty nice as well. But yeah, coming to a theater near you in 84. So what years? I guess this edition probably came out in 84, 83. But yeah, Paramount Home Video, Raiders. Get the letterbox. Also, so many copies of this always come through my hands, and they always have like a sticker on it from a record store. But yeah, another copy of the player. At some point, I got to get the Criterion. Cost somebody $5 at one point. This is not the letterboxed edition, if I think, but it's not really a super wide film, anyways. But there you go, the player, Robert Altman, classic. This I had finally popped my DiscoVision cherry, so to speak, with Sgt. Pepper's, and I wasn't anticipating keeping any more DiscoVisions, but I might hold on to this just because it's Animal House. And the Signature Collection set I have, which also doesn't really look that great. This movie just generally, even when I saw it on DVD for the first time, it's always been a bit of a noisy film anyway. So I might hold on to this DiscoVision copy. It's got a little bit of shelf wear, but not too bad. So yeah, Animal House. And we get into, there's a few others. There's some stuff I was gonna, like doubles and things I was gonna trade off to other people, so I didn't bring some of those up. But one, I love the crazy ass artwork on this thing. Cliff Robertson looks okay, but Leif Garrett and Lisa Harrow not so much. But Shaker Run, yeah, man, I vaguely remember this movie. I don't think I caught it in the theaters, but yeah, Embassy release. No frills, obviously, just straight, VHS plus. But yeah, Bruce Morrison directed this. Manufactured by Pioneer, probably USA. 86 is when the film is 85, so 86 is when the disc drop. This, looks even later or earlier than that. Sorry, I would imagine it'd be like early 80s, but no, believe it or not. So Shaker Run, Hell Drivers, Auto Circus. Then I got a domestic copy, which, believe it or not, I never had all this time, even though this is a total common, from Warner Home Video. Sleepers, and not to be confused with Sneepers. Shout out to my Icelandic friends out there. Yeah, I have the Japanese issue of this, and still never got around to getting the super common domestic version. So it was in this lot, and has AC3 on it, which is nice. Scope 2.35 to 1 letterboxed. Can't say no. Also, I saw this in the theater. It was in theaters like super quickly. Who directed this? Thomas Carter. Written by Randy Feldman. Metro. Kind of middling. Eddie Murphy. Michael Rappaport in here as well. And who else was... Michael Wincott. Yeah, was in there as well. So, yeah, it's a trip. I haven't seen this in ages. So, yeah, Metro. He's hostage negotiator and gets embroiled in some, shenanigans / tomfoolery. But it has been ages, and probably since the last time I saw this in the theater was what year? It doesn't have any time on here. I'll see if I can find the ticket. It was probably like 98 or something. Or maybe that's too late. But either way, I got Metro. I got a little Patrick Swayze. Can't go wrong with the Swayze man. And this is John Irvin directed this. I always forget John Irvin directed that. But Next to Kin. Not letterboxed or anything, but really nice condition. Kick-ass cover. Almost Criterion. It's on the edge of Criterion. So shout outs to Ryan Cushing for allowing me to hang out with him. Even though, there's not enough fireballs or guns or cleavage on the cover of it to be full Criterion, but it's got Swayze, so that kind of evens things out. This is one of those silver stripe Warners. What year did this come out? 90. So yeah, movie came out in 89. This is 90, so it's a little bit older school. But I don't know, some of those early 90s Warners aren't too bad. Also another common, which I never picked up. And I know this is notorious for being a rotter, so I have to take a spin of it. 1998 disc, 7 Years in Tibet. And the film came out in 97. This dropped in 98. But I believe Sony DADC USA pressed this from Indiana. And they pressed a bunch of bum discs in the 90s, so I got to take this for a spin. Jacket's in really nice condition, so, and the worst case scenario, I can hold out and pick up another non-rotted copy at some point and just swap it out. So there you go. 7 Years in Tibet. And moving from Tibet to China, this is, what year did this drop? 88, and yeah, it looks like this issue came out in 88. Yeah, very nice packaging of The Last Emperor, the Bernardo Bertolucci film. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the soundtrack, which has a lot of Ryuichi Sakamoto score stuff on there, as well as David Byrne as well, and I forgot who was the other, was it Kong Su did some of the music as well, but it's got a, I don't know if you can really see it, it's got this kind of foil Last Emperor writing, but then there's also a kind of like spot gloss of this, kind of gray on black motif that runs all through the top banner there. Really classy looking stuff. Put out by Nielsen Entertainment. And when not in use, place it in a cool, dry place. This is a stealth widescreen, which I would have slept on had I not did a little bit of research on it. But written by a bunch of schmucks named Paul Schrader and Robert Towne, hacks. It's directed by Sidney Pollack. These guys got nothing going on. What year did this come out on disc? 74 film, 91. The Yakuza. And yeah, gorgeous cover art, and it's a silver stripe, but they decided to keep it non-silver because of the mustard motif and went blue. So we got a blue stripe, and it's a widescreen. No notation on the front at all of such widescreen features, but it is there. So I believe this is a scope. Yeah, this is a scope as well. So win-win. Looking forward to firing this release up. So yeah, wicked cool. Also a couple Criterions I didn't have. Jacques Tati's Jeu de Fête and single disc release, CLV. I don't know what's on here for special features. Anything? Probably not. Yeah. What year did this drop from Criterion Voyager? 1991. All right. And there's a 1949 for the film, but then there was a new version from 1964. So that's got that copyright. First printing in 1991. So cool. Down. And this is an upgrade. Shout outs to Trevor Noble, who hooked me up with a Lure copy, because I was complaining about I still didn't have Terry Gim's The Fisher King on Criterion. I have just the regular, non-letterboxed edition that had been put out. So he sent me a beater copy under the pretenses that once you have it, then another copy will easily find its way into your hands. And I've found that to be true over the years. So as long as you can kind of break the ice with the beater copy, then a nicer one will eventually land in your paws. So it's not too beat up or anything like that. Nice edition. It's got some audio commentary with Terry Gilliam, which is nice as well. So yeah, it's a gatefold, but it's in the bag, and I'm feeling lazy. But maybe in another video I'll pop that out and show it to you. Also, I didn't even know this was out. I just knew about the Criterion collection that came out before this. But in '95, Columbia Pictures, they did some double dipping on things. Like, Criterion would come out with Dr. Strangelove, and then they'd be like, yeah, we're going to reissue it ourselves. So they did that again, but with 5 easy pieces. So 95 reissue. So I figured, yeah, what the hell? Jack Nicholson film. And Bob Rafelson directed. And what is it? We got a trailer on here. So not too much in terms of special features, but very cool. So, and I don't think this is a super wide, it's not marketed as being letterboxed, but then again, I don't even know if the Criterion was very letterboxed at all. It might just be like, I don't know, those like 1.66 to 1 type films. Likewise, this is not letterboxed, but, and I had a DVD snapper case copy, but, it's not a scope film or anything like that, and it's just too damn cool. I could not say no to deep cover. I was all over this like stink on doo-doo, as Clarence Williams III would say. Jeff Goldblum and Lawrence Fishburne crushing it. And yeah, this is just classic film. And any special features? No. End credits, and that's it. Bill Duke directed. Shout outs to Bill Duke. Just a badass film all around. And yeah, it was just like to have that on LD. Then a little bit of a A7 style thriller. I think this might have even been a TV project or something to that effect, but came out in, 1996, and then 97 for the LD. It definitely looks very David Finchery on the back. Michael Pattinson film called The Limbic Region, featuring Edward James Olmos. I'll have to report back on this. I saw some pretty tepid reviews on the internets, but might be okay. And what else we got? Just a regular letterbox edition of Happy Gilmore. I have a DTS reissue of this, but I don't know. You can't say no to just having the PCM track version and keeping that for completionist's sake. It's Happy Gilmore. Letterboxed, and any special features? Nope, nothing like that. But yeah, come on, man. Gotta have Happy Gilmore on LD. And I forgot this was a TV movie or not too, but I swear I've seen this, or yeah, television release, yeah, from 1987. But this disc popped out in 1991. Escape from Sobibor with Rutger Hauer, and interestingly, it's a punch out and it's a clip too. They clip the corner, so it's like on double clearance. Like they really want to make sure somebody got this for $5 out of the clearance bin at Coconuts or something. But otherwise, it's a nice live home video issue, and yeah, no CLV, no special features or anything like that. But yeah, what the hell, man? Alan Arkin in there as well. Hell yeah, I'm keeping it. Another one, surprisingly, I never owned. And I believe there was a better special edition that dropped of this later. But 1996 issue widescreen of Dead Man Walking. The deluxe widescreen version. Deluxe. And what is it? Running commentary. It even mentions the commentary on the front. So, wow, go figure. Warner couldn't even put widescreen on the front. But this one even lets it's got the Tim Robbins commentary. So, that's pretty cool. I have not heard that, so I'm going to check that out at some point. And anything else in here? Stereo surround. Yeah, interesting. They used captions with permission from the National Captioning Institute. Yeah, Polygram put this out, so I have it now. Again, another comment that I just never have. You can find sealed ones of these like for days, but yeah, Spike Lee's Clockers. I almost saw this in the theaters, but I didn't for some reason. There's probably just a lot coming out at the same time, and I never made it. But, Harvey Keitel, rocking it with John Turturro, Delroy Lindo. So, yeah, who else is in there? Keith David in it, Isaiah Washington, Mekhi Phifer. Damn, Pee Wee Love. I got to watch this. So, Clockers, finally got it. I remember it getting fairly lukewarm reviews when it came out, but still, nice letterboxed issue from Universal. And a nice condition Paramount release of Boomerang, which is a single disc. What year did this come out? 92? Yeah, dropped in 92. I think Dag's in here too. Is he? Yeah, David Allen Greer, Robin Givens, Halle Berry, Martin Lawrence, Grace Jones, Jeffrey Holder, and Eartha Kitt. Damn. A crushing cast. Reginald Hudlin did this. I've never seen it. I remember, again, heard, fair to middling reviews when it came out, but I'll check it out, and the cast alone crushes, so dig it. Likewise, I've never seen this. Roman Polanski put it out, so that's, throws a little bit of controversy into the mix right off the bat. But this was I wanted to say it was a little bit later release, but I guess not. It says 94 for New Line. I don't know why I thought this came out a little bit later, but 1.85 to 1 letterboxed edition of Bitter Moon. With Peter Coyote, Emmanuel Segnier, of course, Hugh Grant, Kristen Scott Thomas. I haven't seen it, so I will check it out. I'm sure it won't be as good as Rosemary's Baby or The Ninth Gate, but I don't think tonally it's supposed to be in the same wheelhouse as those films. But yeah, Canal Plus put this out, and Image Entertainment and New Line put it out on LD. Pretty big write-up on the back. I'll check out Bitter Moon. Likewise, I didn't have a copy of this. I have quite a few other Kubrick LDs. There was a later issue of this, which I'll have to hunt down, which is, quote-unquote letterboxed, but whatever. For a film like this, which was 1.66 at best in terms of wideness, Barry Lyndon. I've heard tales that a lot of it was actually shot hard matted, so I don't even think you can get too much extra imagery out of it, but whatever. So I'm sure it's slightly zoomed or something to that effect in this 4:3 edition, but that's cool. I'm down with it. Check out some Barry Lyndon, and oh yeah, I wanted to see this in the theaters, but I didn't get a chance to. Kevin Reynolds directed that. What is this? 97. Samuel L. Jackson in 187. Murder, Death, Kill. If you're a Demolition Man fan, you'll know all about the Murder, Death, Kill. So who else is in this sucker? Yeah, Kevin Reynolds directed, and Kelly Rowan, John Hurd. Shout out to John Hurd, rest in peace. So, yeah, I'll have to check out 187. And let's see. I think this is like a French-British compilation or collaboration. Mark Peplow directed, called Afraid of the Dark. I think it's another kind of like serial killer, like a Jack the Ripper-esque thing. I think the killer's attacking blind women or something to that effect. Killer jacket art, for sure. Hadn't seen it. It was in the lot. Thought, I'm going to check that sucker out. Image put this thing out in... What year? Do we have a year mark? 1992. There you go. From New Line, from their Fine Line Features imprint. So, there you go. Afraid of the Dark. And finally, a beater copy of First Night. I just wanted to get it because this is a hearty rotter that Columbia Pictures put out and used, of course, Sony's plant in Indiana that made rotters left and right, and this is no exception. But you can find... So I always love how the cover looks sun-faded no matter what, even when it's brand new. And I do have a new jacket version that I got sealed a couple of years ago, and of course it was rotted. But I wanted to put together like a nice unrotted copy, and of course, whenever you find a cheap one, you take the Rot Roulette gamble on it. Shout outs to Spencer Draper. We talk about Rot Roulette all the time, and every once in a while, you come up okay. The CAV disc sides of these tend to be even worse than the CLV ones, and sure enough, disc 1 is pretty good, and the third side on disc 2 is no bueno. So I need to get a nice clean copy of the CAV side, and I've got a good First Night put together. So we're going to stop it there and come back, and I think we would probably crush the rest. I got some anime discs. I got I got one other cool Japanese box, and some other things I picked off eBay, and things from viewers, etc. So we shall return. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Cheers.